Happy birthday, Capricorn. Happy New Year. Welcome to you. So, are you a billionaire yet? That's what we spoke about last month in December. Let's see what's happening with you. 3 of Pentacles. Very fitting for you in a very positive, harmonious way. 3 of Pentacles. I'm working with the vice versa tarot. He is standing inside this church, chapel, building, planning, light coming from the outside. A rose is blooming on the inside. It feels very safe, very clear. And yet, what is this and yet coming into my head? There's so much light coming from the outside, from these windows. And I'm noticing he's standing in the shade. Capricorn, some of you are doing something good at the expense of doing something great. Like, it works. It's beneficial. It works. It's great. It's good. But there's something outside the windows that is not... It's very clear, bright as day. But you're turning your back to it and focusing on the good things that you're doing. Six of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Something with the month of May, something between January and May. There's some sort of a break you're taking. I don't know if it's a vacation, a move, a change in atmosphere. It's a very good one. Queen of Pentacles, you know, it's a very abundant, lush energy. Nature is blooming. It's springtime, right? It's very fitting to you. Well dressed, well groomed. Smells nice. But the journey there, the Six of Swords, it's in the dark. So much light on both these sides, and yet the crossing from one safe, good place to another is in hiding, is under the radar. This is a very interesting thing coming up, and it's probably not for every one of you, and some of you, many of you, it will just be an analogy. But I do see some sort of movement, travel, change, passage from a situation where you are behaving like everything is as usual, right? Business is normal. Business as usual, I'm sorry. But then underlining that, there's a plan to make a transition. This literally could be you, I don't know, moving somewhere and you're not telling people because you don't want to make a big deal out of it, or Maybe you want to move from the city to nature, and you're trying to figure out how to go about it. There's something tricky about it. Not dangerous. What is this with the Six of Swords? They're screaming at me. Some of you elderly Capricorns, or maybe this is something to do with, someone in your family, a grandfather, a father, an ancestor. There's a story of it's not exactly immigration. It's not exactly, it's like, it's leaving quietly. It's leaving and maybe having to hide or take people one by one under the radar. Now, there is a promised land at the other side, Queen of Pentacles. Nature, safety, belonging, home. Picking up on Morse Code, this is very interesting. I think it's some channeled message for some of you. And again, the rest of you stay tuned. You can take it as an analogy. The story will evolve to other avenues, but it's like this could literally be transitioning from one corporation to another. Receiving a better offer or something like that, and you're not telling your bosses that you're leaving, or you might be taking in with you some information, and I don't know. It could be as modern and tangible as such, but I'm also picking up like the Morse code, like the communicating. Hiding. There is an escape of some sort. Someone is helping or has helped in the past for others to escape. You might be digging into the roots of your ancestors or your grandparents or your uncles or aunts, whatever, and you're discovering a story of a relative near or far that has to do with that, and it somehow affects you. It's somehow coming up to the surface within you. This could be an attribute in you, a characteristic that is coming to play, and you're like, where do I have this from? How do I know how to do these things? Where do I have these instincts from? And you're finding out, right? And it's a sense of belonging. It's a sense of connection. Architecture is also coming up. Some of you might be thinking on transitioning to doing nature architecture. Museums. So many things are coming up from these three cards. Oh my god. Some of you have an object of some sort in your possession or in your family's possession that needs to be in a museum. Quite literally, it could be from a period in time, something historic or something unique that a relative took place, had a part in, or something like that, and it needs to be preserved. Ace of Cups. I think this story is going to like kind of overwhelm you with renewed faith and sense of connection and belonging. It's going to make you feel like, wow, this is what my parent, grandparent, ancestor, whatever did, and it's in me. Or there's a sense of pride here, and also a strong connection to your life. It's somehow affecting your life in January. Um, Also, whatever transition this is that we might be tapping into is going to do you a lot of good. I think springtime is going to be a beautiful time of harvest and flow and rejuvenation. Some of you just need to get through January and February. Now, it happened with Taurus. I made I'm doing a reading for January, and somehow it turns a little bit too extra for the year 2021. So whatever will come up, I will say. But nonetheless, this is focusing on January. Keep doing what you're doing in January, the work that you're doing or the plan that you're planning. Maybe this is coming up to tell you that you will reap good results and you will get to that destination safe, sound, happy that you did so. Show me more for Capricorn for January, please. Okay. 3 of Swords in the upright. 2 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, 9 of Wands in the reverse. So some of you are dealing with a relationship, a connection that is not going well. There's a sense of disappointment, a need to either give up or just a complete lack of movement. Someone is completely stagnant and is closed up in their pain, grief, what was lost, heartache, sense of disappointment, and they're in that and they don't see a way out when it comes to this connection. Not like in general, not like depression, not seeing a way out, but like when it comes to this connection. There's some imbalance. Yeah, someone, the Judgment and the 8 of Wands in the bottom of the deck, or the top of the deck, it's hard to say with the vice versa tarot, but someone doesn't want to fight anymore, try harder, or hold on in the face of something. They are just they're in a complete standstill when it comes to a relationship or a connection. They're kind of just surrendering to a 3 of Swords energy where, okay, this is just not. This could be something that they're carrying, you or them, carrying from the past, a failure in a relationship, a love gone wrong, an attempt gone wrong, an approach, an offer not accepted. And this 3 of Swords here, it's almost like, yeah, this is the past. Interesting that it's coming up like in the second row. This is past energy I'm tapping into. Someone that is looking at this 3 of Swords, looking at this bruised armor, but they're outside of it. They're just sitting and looking at it, still contemplating, still thinking about this fallen relationship, pretty much. And Page of Cups here with his back to us. That's his other side, but we got him in his back. It's like, I think this Page of Cups is an expression of the Ace of Cups, a vision of what you or this person want for themselves. And I'm going to talk to you. I'm assuming it's you, okay? Although you can play with the roles and this could be someone else. But it's like you are engulfed in this sensation of where you're headed towards and what you want to feel, what you want to have, and where you want to live, or who you want to be, all that, or however it applies. And I think some of you understand that physically you need to change location, that you just don't seem to have it where you're at. March is coming up strong, 3 months from now. I'm guessing a certain change will happen, or whatever transition you're planning right now, it might play out in March, end of February, March-ish. I think by May you're good, but you want to trust your intuition. I think some of you are feeling alone in this. That's what you're worried about. You might thought that this is something you have cooperation with, but you're discovering it might just be you, or it's like some sort of vision, a quest even, that you feel like you need to undertake. It's something you feel guided by your spirit, something intuitive, something that kind of nitpicks at you as you're doing your great, awesome things, and yet, I think it's the whole Morse Code thing now is coming up in a different analogy. It's like your future self is trying to reach you, like send you signals. And I think it's doing so through your ancestry, through your stories. Like maybe you become more acquainted with the story of your ancestors or the story of a relative, and it suddenly hits home so deep. You're like, this is me. This is something that I can do, or I should be doing. This is the life that, like, it inspires you to remember your essence, right? The bloodline, the DNA of your bloodline, like who you truly are. And it's something that you're proud of, that you want. You're like, how come I'm not doing these things? Something like that. Where did my essence go? Your essence is here. It's always been there. And it's almost like you're undertaking a secret mission of some sort. That's really interesting. I hope you're not dealing with like corporate espionage or things like that, but I mean, who am I to judge? Whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if like your company is sending you to work for a different company to like gather intel. It's literally coming up in the cards for some reason. It's really, really interesting. But those of you that it doesn't apply to, just take the rest. Show me more for Capricorn. Okay. 8 of Wands and 9 of Cups. That's how it looks in the upright. 8 of Wands, 9 of Cups. This is coming up so strong. I don't know if you had a family member who was literally a spy, or like an undercover or something. This could be you. We live in a reality that includes that, let's just face it. Those of you who are involved with someone whom you're not exactly sure what they're doing, and it seems a little bit like you can't really grasp what they're explaining to you, this could be that. They might be working in something that they just can't share with you, everything, everything that they do and what it is that they're about. But I'm seeing information coming in the dark. So in the dark can be literal, at night. In the dark can be secretive. Again, the Morse code. It's news that you're anticipating, that you're hoping for, that took time to get to you, or it was complicated to receive somehow, but then you receive it. And you're like, oh, okay, there's like a sense of relief, a sense of, okay, I'm good now, we're good now, I got this was done, this was achieved. Come back to this reading at the end of this month of January to see how the dots connect. Honestly, some of you need to come back to this reading between March and May. Because some of you, this is going to play out throughout the next 3 months, 3 to 5 months. This is so bizarre. Okay, artwork. Maybe some of you are art dealers, and maybe there are travel bans and things like that that makes it hard for you to transfer a piece of work or an art that you. What we saw earlier possibly is that object that needs to be, safe or guarded, and that you need to, and there's a need to be like find a creative way to transfer it or to transport it, and it gets to its destination. That's what I'm trying to say. It arrives at its destination. There's a certain delay. But it gets there. Cat-face, this, I did not expect this reading. Last month you were a billionaire, now you're a spy. Like, are you a billionaire art curator that is also spying? Does some spy work? Okay. I don't know if I should call this reading Morse Code or the artist's spy, the artistic spy or something like that. It's really funny. Okay. Anything else? I'm scared to ask. It's like a James Bond movie. Okay. Capricorn. James Capricorn. Show me more. Before I continue, and we're not done, I want to look more into this. I'm doing a little bit of longer readings in honor of New Year's. After we do this, I will continue with an extended that will focus on your love life. It will be a new spread that will look into you and your person of interest, the dynamic, how things unfold throughout January, yours and theirs, mindset, heart space, actions, all that jazz. And we will finish up with messages from the runes. You can find it below in the description box on Patreon and on Vimeo. Now, after this, we will also, before I move on to the extended for you guys, I will do 2 special things that I recently started doing. One is I'm going to pull a major arcana from my big Rider-Waite tarot deck. Only the majors I pulled out, to give you a homework, shamanic, spiritual, light, shadow homework for those of you who want to wear the energy that you as Capricorn can wear to help the collective throughout the month of January. I want to have as many of my seekers as possible help the collective throughout this transition, and I'm going to consult with the cards. What is the shamanic work that you can undergo in order to do so? And we'll do that again later. And then I will pull an oracle for you, specifically for you. Okay? Great. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, press the bell button to receive notifications. Let me know if you're a spy. I mean, I'm sure if you're a spy, you won't let me know. But, write it in codes. Do like a special Existential Shift Morse Code in the comments. It's fun. It's fun. Okay. Show me more about this reading for Capricorn for January. What else can you show me for Capricorn for January? Capricorn for January. Okay. 4 of Cups. With that sense of, okay, accomplished, achieved, arrived to the destination, whatever this is. Something also leaves. Something needs to be left behind or leaves the situation. There's a sense of, I feel like, temporary separation or temporary distance. Again, this could all be a result of the state of the world and all kinds of travel limitations, right? I do have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Amen. Something in your life, Capricorn, you need to let go of. It's been haunting you in a way emotionally, and you're just, it's like you're looking at it, saying goodbye to it, waving at it even in your heart, and you know it's time, you know it's inevitable, but it still, stings a little bit emotionally. But this is what awaits: safety, connection, abundance, flow, faith. There's something that wants to be renewed in your life. And I feel like it's the emotional state of being for you. Like some of you have been holding on emotionally on something for a long time. Anything else for Cappy? Ten of Pentacles. Again with this heritage story. Yeah. And this is what's right around the corner. So some of you are doing this for your family, for your children, for your generations. You want to secure something. You want to secure a legacy. You want to secure finances. You want to secure a home. You want to make sure that you're in a place where, okay, King of Wands. Yeah, you want to take leadership over your life and your situation. I think you're feeling quite successful by spring, summer. Again, April, May are coming up. There's a sense of regaining of control of, okay, things are clear now, things are safe now, things are good now. Some of you are spending time with your family or staying with your family. Maybe for the sake of saving, maybe for the sake of, taking care of them or them taking care of you. Ten of Wands after the Ten of Pentacles. There's a sense of family obligation, family responsibilities, being held accountable. This is what you're expected to do. This is what you're supposed to do, which is not new. It's not a new sensation for a Capricorn. One last card, please, for January for Capricorn. Three of Wands in the reverse. And we have here 3, 3, 3, 3. Three of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Three of Wands, and Page of Cups is Pisces. It's March, 3rd month as well. So something here, again with the code. This is intentional. This is your soul guiding you. This is your spirit kind of helping you reconnect to your essence. And it's doing so by, getting you through some sort of passage, journey, move that might feel like it's like a longer route, or might feel like it's, making you take a detour. Some of you are already on the way out, but then you go back for this because of, feeling doubtful or insecure or guilty, and you go back straight to that sense of obligation that you worked so hard to relieve of yourself. I think it will differ between different Capricorns. Okay. All right. I will continue this reading as I said, focusing on your love life with a double pentagram, links below. Now let's go into the shadow light shamanic work for you guys. Homework, spiritual homework for Capricorn. How can Capricorn help the collective through the month of January? What kind of shamanic work, symbolized by which card, can the collective of my Capricorn seekers undertake? Don't add to your sense of responsibility. This is something that is supposed to be beneficial for you as well, in a meditative, expansive way. This is a behavior you can wear, like what the card will come out. It's a behavior pattern that you can wear in order to assist the collective. Do so when you feel inclined. Do so when you feel like you can. It's up to you, okay? For my light and shadow workers, Capricorn seekers, shamanic work, spiritual homework for January for Capricorns to help the collective in this transition. The Tower. Guys, this is not a reading for what will happen. Again, I'm taking, what we're doing right now is we're not taking the on the surface interpretation of the card, but the energetic work. The cards are multi-layered, very deep. They have hidden applications. Bunkai means bunkai. The word for it is bunkai in martial arts, for example, in Japanese. So this is very powerful, actually, and I think it's also very, very fitting. It kind of brings up the Tower of Babylon. There's a lot to say about the Tower card. So if you have your own knowledge or understanding of what this spiritual shamanic work can foretell, go for it. If you want to take your own work when it comes to it. Those of you that are my Tarot Masterclass Bunkai students, you have my classes for unlimited streaming. It's yours. So I recommend, I will link the link below for my class on the Tower. I will link it below. Watch it and take from it the energy work, as I said, and work with it throughout January. That will really help the collective. If Capricorns do the energetic work of the Tower, I think it will be amazing, because you just got, the toxic aspect of the Capricorn energy in society was just got, completely demolished by Saturn. Now it's time to rebuild. Okay, destruction for the sake of construction. And this is the work that it's talking about. So if you, the sign of construction, work with the spiritual essence of construction, this is so poetic. It's amazing. I think it will be very, very, very beautiful. So again, my Tarot Masterclass students, you have it. If you're not one of my students and you still wish to partake, and you wish to partake with using the knowledge that I bring and what I teach about this card, you can still go to the link below and simply rent that class. Okay, you can rent them separately. You don't have to have the entire class, the entire Tarot Masterclass. If you wish to have it, by all means, I'd be very, very happy for you to join. But you don't have to. Okay, renting them costs $2. Up to you. I will link it below. And the Tower is your card for the month when it comes to assisting the collective. Cool. Now, back to you, my loves. Which oracle should we work with for you? I'm inclined for the enchanting now. Okay. Cleaning house, the bottom of the deck. So appropriate. Some of you are moving or cleansing or doing some or discovering something in your physical vicinity. Okay. An oracle card for the month of January. Happy birthday for my Capricorn seekers. Message for Capricorn for January, please. Come together. The number 8, which is the number of matter, which is very fitting for you. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, let's read. Number 8, come together. Oh, So cute. Love needs to be shared. Love needs to be expressed. Drawing the Come Together card is a sign that you are on the path to discover the nature of this emotion in all its forms of expression: romantic, familial, unconditional, spiritual. In each instance, there is another being involved. Love involves a give and take between you and a significant other, a relative, a friend, an animal, and or spirit. This card assures you that love has come, calling, and seeks a partner in its dance. Know that you are cherished. Like a magnet, you are attracting love into your life. This is the time for harmonious, caring partnerships. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, guys. I actually want to pull another card. I'm sorry. This reading is long. Another card for Capricorn. Another oracle for Capricorn. Spirit of place. The earth keeps talking to you from this reading. It's amazing. Okay. I keep moving the tower card. Alright. This is number 4. 8 and 4 are both very karmic numbers, and when they connect together, they have a karmic dance. Okay, so when there's events or people coming together with a lot of 4s/8s, especially combined with 15, there's something very karmic there. Good or bad. Karmic doesn't mean bad. It just means a coming together of energies in order to make some sort of resolution, or continue a story, or end the story, whatever. So number 4, spirit of place. Authenticity is the essence of power. Our ancient ancestors believed that every place has a spirit looking after it or embodying it. Just as we have a soul, the plants, trees, birds, mountains, and rivers have their own essence. When the spirit of place arrives in your reading, it says that the answer to your query is in the overarching theme of your circumstances. Is your question about a struggle? The answer is to relax and let go of your need to control the situation. If your inquiry relates to finding love, then embody love rather than long for it. Once you find the essential truth that underlies your question, and then name it, you'll discover the answer you've been seeking. Your greatest power is your authenticity. Beautiful. Okay, and on that note, I will let you go. Happy birthday. I will see you in a second in your extended, and if not, in other videos. Stay magic, stay true, and I love you.